if you didn't watch tonight's video, I did a breakdown of some of the information that has come out, and it has been proven to us that not only has the DOJ been trying to cover some things cover some things up, but Trump and his administration are trying to use the Mandela effect against us, as if we don't have records where we can go pull up from years ago, 4 years ago, we can pull up information of this list that they're telling us now doesn't exist. And like I said in the video, I believe that this client list that they're telling us doesn't exist is the flight logs. It's a combination of flight logs and his black book. Because why would people be going to his islands? If you are being flued out to his island, first of all, you had to fly from the U.S. into a small, you had to fly out from the U.S. to a small airport. From that airport, you got on his commercialized plane. It was this big, a Boeing 757, I believe is what he had. He had a big old commercial plane. And he would fly. People that were coming in would fly from that airport on his airline, the Lolita airline. And they would be flew out to the islands. Now, once they got to that island, there's stuff going on over there. Now, I don't want to say that everybody was involved because we really don't know that, but what was you going to his island for? Can somebody please come out and speak up about what these Epstein parties were about? And what kind of financier was he? Where did he get this money from? Where did he get this power, this privilege? How is he hobnobbing with people who are of prestige? These are the questions that I have. And after reading some of the DOJ, no, I didn't see the 2 paintings in his apartment. But after reading some of the DOJ OIG report, I have more questions than I do answers. Because there was so much. There was so much in those reports that were so telling. Like, how did this man attempt to self-delete? He attempted to delete himself. Hey, just me. Hey, Miss Teddy B. Hey, Odd. Allegedly, he attempted to self-delete prior to him actually allegedly deleting himself. And the psychologist that's there at the prison was saying that he could not be in a cell by himself. Yet he ends up in a cell by himself. Not only that, how did you get all them blankets, bro? When did you get all of these blankets? Please, somebody explain it to me. Preferably somebody who's been locked down in Click Click City. No, I haven't. Okay, so y'all are gonna make me go look up this man's house. No, you're still helloed from the other side, even from your backup page. Now go make another one. Go make another one. Sean, go make another one. Go make another one. I want to see it. Okay, loving myself. 2 paintings in his apartment. 1 Bill Clinton in a blue dress. 2 George Bush holding a paper fold airplane. It's disturbing. Look it up. Why the paper plane, you say? Think of a date. I'm really giving them something to be mad about. Oh, trolls, come out wherever you are. Oh, toodles. See, the thing is, y'all are telling me about paintings and statues and all of this stuff in this creepy man's house. First of all, I am going to change the background because I don't want him behind me. It's like creeping me out to move and see his face like directly behind me. There has been a logged security checks every 15 minutes. They weren't doing the security checks. They were supposed to do security checks on every 30 minutes. And it just so happens that the night that he decides to allegedly unalive himself, nobody does any type of checking, and the security cameras are down for majority of the facility. The fact that the cameras were down for the camera that records for majority of the prison was down is very telling, because were those cameras covering who was coming in and out of the prison? Is that what that is? Because were you covering up people coming in and out the prison? The fact that this man updated his will 2 days before he unalived is telling. Something ain't right. Something ain't right. And then the other thing is, he attempted to unalive himself, right? That's what they're telling us. He attempted to unalive himself, yet the DOJ doesn't feel that he violated any policies, so it's okay for him to just unalive himself. That's not a policy violation right there. Not only that, not only that, not only that. Did y'all see that little itty bitty string that they trying to tell us he unalived himself with? Child. Now, if what people are also saying about him being released is true, that would also make sense, because if the cameras were not recording all over the prison, then it is possible that he was able to be snuck out undetected and then flew out to either his old island or his new one. Because last time I saw anything about the Epstein Island, it was abandoned. Not Cambodian breast milk. Swagger. Swagger. I don't even know where to put you. I don't even know where to put you. I can't put you at the water table because you already at the water table. You at the water table with me. And that's why I've been deleting people up out of here, because I'm already at the water table, and I'm the bartender. I'm the dock tender. I'm supposed to be pouring up the henny. I'm giving y'all brown water. For real. Either way it goes, whether he really unalive. Well, actually, you guys, well, they could falsify a death certificate, couldn't they? They could falsify a death certificate. I'm gonna bring it to a huddle, Swagger, cause you know we gotta vote on who comes in. Why do I have a crown? I don't know. If you've been commenting a lot, I don't know how that goes. I just noticed people get 1, 2, and 3, the crowns. So guys really think he is alive. He could be. Where's my other phone? Matter of fact, let me grab my handy dandy MacBook, okay? Let's look it up. Let's look this up. Jeffrey Epstein funeral. So he unalived in July, right? Or August. And his body was buried in an unmarked tomb next to those of his parents at the I.J. Morris Star of David Mausoleum in Palm Beach, Florida. I'm trying to see if we could pull up something. I don't see nothing. Let's see. Epstein's ashes. Epstein's ashes. So allegedly, he was cremated. Here's what the article says, you guys. Serial sexual predator Jeffrey Epstein was laid to rest in Palm Beach County on site of many crimes of sexual abuse against teacup humans, and the only place he ever served time in jail for crimes. You are unlikely to be able to find the crypt where his ashes are in one of the county's Jewish cemeteries. It is next to those of his parents, longtime residents of the county. But the two slabs, thank you. Oh, that is so cute. Thank you, Trust. It's next to those of his parents, longtime residents of the county. Two of the slabs identifying the resting places were blank. Epstein pleaded guilty in 2008 to that charge and other Wait a minute. Epstein was arrested in Palm Beach County in 2006 on felony charges of soliciting a person who sells intimate relations. Okay? Despite Palm Beach County police finding dozens of victims, Epstein pled guilty in 2008 to that charge and another people who sell intimate relations charge related felony. He was sentenced to 18 months in Palm Beach County Jail, where he was housed in a private wing. During what ended up being a 13-month sentence, Epstein was granted work release 6 days a week and 12 hours a day. Who brought Jeffrey Epstein's remains to the county? 11 years after the deal of the century, for what many consider the lightest charges of the prison term, Epstein was arrested in 2019 by New York federal law enforcement on charges of trafficking of teacup humans in Florida and New York. Within months, the 66-year-old was found unalived in his cell after the medical examiner ruled his unaliving a self-deletion, which is a lie. Epstein's younger brother, Mark, picked up Jeffrey's remains and had them moved here to be placed in a crypt beside his parents. Their parents lived in the condo, which he still owns until their unaliving. Okay? Seymour unalived in Cleveland, in a Cleveland car crash in 1991 at age 75. He had worked as a groundskeeper and gardener for the New York City Parks Department. Paula, his wife, was a housewife. She passed in West Palm Beach in 2004 at age 85. So his father passed in a car crash. Mark, which is the brother that we heard about on the video, in 2019 offered up the $105,000 condo to help guarantee Jeffrey's bail on the sex trafficking charges. Jeffrey was not released. Jeffrey bought his Palm Beach mansion on Elborough Way in 1990. Mark is an artist and real estate. He does real estate. The brothers Epstein grew up in Seagate, one of the few gated communities on Coney Island. That's interesting. They grew up in Coney Island. So allegedly, his brother, the same brother that we heard on the Cuomo show, Chris Cuomo, that's his name, Chris Cuomo, isn't it? It's Chris, the brother who was on there talking about all the suspiciousness that was going on, is allegedly the one who took his ashes and took them to the cemetery. So allegedly, Epstein was cremated and put in an unmarked mausoleum. That's what they say. Why are we talking about him now, Swagger Daddy? Because they are lying to us and telling us that there is no list. And they are telling us that Epstein was not unalived by somebody else's hands. They are telling us that Epstein unalived himself. And we are trying to put the pieces together. He was a disgusting, vile human being. He violated teacup humans. And he deserved more than what he got. Yeah, you may want to think about that, Cash Bandit. Tracy, what are you talking about? Tracy Bagwell, what are you talking about? Girl, I don't know who Swagger Daddy is. You ready the report and the list? Girl, you couldn't have read no damn list. You probably got a partial list. Okay, I've read the report. You talking about this list right here, girl? Is that what you're talking about? Is this the list you're talking about? Don't come in my live acting like I don't know what I'm talking about, please. Especially being that you're new here. Please sit down, have a seat. Anyway, Swagger said my daddy in his bed. I don't know, fool. I'm sick of you. Let you copy and paste what, girl? You can't send me nothing on a live. Anyway, if his parents both passed away, how did he have a phone call with his mom right before he passed away? Crash report. Crash out report. This is why I love y'all, because I haven't even had time to process what I just read. But yes, because remember, it was, well, actually, no, they said that he said he was making a phone call to his mom. However, it turned out that he was talking to a female companion of his. That's what they said. So he lied and told the officer that he was calling his mom, but it turned out that he wasn't really calling his mom, that he was calling somebody that he allegedly had some dealings with. That's what they said. So he never really called his mom. You've been studying this case since COVID hit? Well, hold on to your britches, girl, because we have just begun. Okay, we need a translation of what Swagger Daddy just said. I'm going to translate that. You think he's going to come up in here? And be talking to me in another language. And I ain't going to find out what you're saying to me. You spelled it wrong. Bueno, la muerte mucha. Mm-hmm. Not he said his butt hurt. I don't know what you said. But you got one more time, I'm gonna put you in timeout. I'm gonna put you in timeout for 5 minutes. Don't be selling out in another language. I don't know what you said, so I ain't laughing with you. I'm gonna be listening until I fall asleep. I gotta be in Cali tomorrow afternoon. Henny, keep your foot on their neck. I am. Thank you. Please send a kiss to my mom. I would love to, but I can't do that. I'm sorry, because people be doing too much and be trying to get me to do stuff, and it's weird, and I don't want to be weird. No offense, but tell your mom I said hello if she's watching, as long as she's alive and not on the other side. Anyway, it's Brazilian name. Sorry. Okay. Well, tell your mom I said hello. Hey, so how did you hear about him and his mom in the phone call? I read the reports. I actually did a video. So if you go watch my last video that I did on Epstein, it's actually my first video I ever did on Epstein. But the last video that I uploaded, you'll get all of the information that we're talking about here, because this is basically like a after the premiere kind of live. So we're just chopping it up, just kicking it about that. But yeah, it's a lot of suspicious stuff that has gone on with this Epstein case, and we're gonna uncover some more. I have 2 more videos that I'm going to do that I have for you guys. I want to tell y'all what it is, but then I can't leave now. She said I can't leave now. You must be done with work. But it's 11 o'clock, and if I'm gonna be up in the morning, sorry, cool. What is the name? Thank you. Good shit. I appreciate your help. It is my video on my channel. It's about Epstein. It says, hold on, I'll tell you right now. I should have put it in the comments. Hold on. So the video was no. Unwatched, unrecorded, unlisted. Epstein's final hours and the missing list. It says the Epstein cover-up inside the DOJ's report, falsified records, new will signed. You'll see it. It's the absolute last video. When you go to my page, you go to videos, it's the very first video that you see. Thank you. Be sure to leave a comment so I know that you came, so that I could comment back. Wood chipper, you know, because you were holding his bits, huh? Ooh, wait a minute. I don't even see that comment, and I'm not going to go look back. I think Swagger was saying goodnight. Which Swagger? Because there's 2 of them in here. There's a Swagger and a Swagger Daddy. Where is that person who was explaining the footage in Itty Bitty Diddy's case? That expert. We need him to examine this footage. Right? Right, we need that agent to come in here and examine this footage and tell us why that time jump was, and what was that little white box at the top that sat there for like 20 to 30 minutes, and it sat from like 11 something, 11:30 something or 11:20 something, all the way up until midnight, and as soon as it jumped, the box was gone. And think about this. If the camera system was not working properly, right, if it wasn't functioning properly, thank you, Miss Jackie, for the super chat. If the camera was not functioning properly, right? Then did y'all take video from 2 different nights? Like, did y'all take video footage from that night and the night before and put it together to make it seem like it was one continual stream? I'm a Trump supporter and voted for Trump, but this really disappoints me. And anyone who, no, undelete it. Undelete it. It's okay. It's okay. I was reading that. I was reading it. Put it back uniquely. Right. Why does the camera cut off before 7 a.m.? Why does it cut off before 7 a.m.? It cuts off at 6:40 a.m. Y'all told us in the report that y'all found his body at 6:30 in the morning. An hour later, he's pronounced dead at the hospital, okay? But why does it cut off? Why is there no footage available? I'm going to say this. The lowercase g, God is the world. And he had best realized that he is in control until Christ returns. Amen, Roger. I agree with you. And you're not the only one that's a Trump supporter that is highly upset at the fact that this information is no longer being released to us. Number one, I have yet to see the JFK files in their entirety. I was told that there was stuff that they were going to release outside of that. I do have the MLK file. I don't know if I have the JFK file, but he was supposed to be unclassifying all of these records, and this was a big one. This was one of his major campaign talking pieces where he told people that if you reelect me, I will release the Epstein files. You right, Truth is Strange. And he got into office, and they released part of the files, but they didn't release all of the files. They lied, they hoodwinked, and they bamboozled people, and I think that this is going to be bad for Trump. I think that a lot of these MAGA supporters are going to be in an uproar behind all of this because this was major, okay? There was already people who weren't necessarily Trump supporters that were still like, okay, is he going to release these records? There was already a bad taste in people's mouths for him. Now he's going to turn his people against him because you didn't keep one of your major campaign promises. This should open eyes that there are people way more powerful than Trump, and he has to answer to. Well, that's true too, Mara. That is true too, Mara. He does have people that he has to answer to, but at the end of the day, we still trying to figure out what happened to Epstein. That's why I'm talking about it. Because like I said in the video, if they are unaliving or even hiding people to protect information, no. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. This case involved teacup humans, you guys. When you think of it, the official story is so blatantly doubtful, you think they could fabricate another way to off him, but they didn't. Why? I have no idea. I can't believe all the people that think Trump is not the person that told them not to release it. Right. He's the one that said it. And guess what? It's awful funny, and I'm sorry, it may sound cliche or whatever, but I find it awful funny and awful suspicious that right after Elon Musk says that he's on that list, that he decides not to release the list. Miss Henny, I sent a video of what his brother said about his case a year ago, and they said when they found him, he had been passed away for 2 hours before he was found. Okay, I'm going to watch that video. Why such a blatantly doubtful story? Why? I have no idea. But that's like a lot of stuff that they've done to unalive people in the past. They've been things that we could question and we never get answers to. Exactly, Trust. They hide in plain sight. CJ, that's the question. Don't they care, or do they manipulate to such a degree? I believe they manipulate to such a degree because guess what? This is coming out, and then it'll be something to try to scramble us and make us look over here to forget about what's over here. It's coming. It's coming. There is no list all of the sudden. Right. Didn't Trump just say in a cabinet meeting, are you still talking about? Yes, he did. He did. They just said that there was no list and that he unalived himself. And then somebody asked him about it and he goes, are y'all still talking about that guy? Y'all brought him back up. Y'all did that. He said he could pow someone on Fifth Avenue in plain sight. Right. And I believe it. I think there is dozens of powerful, influential people on that list. Country royalty, heads of state, princes, prime ministers. Of course, all of that is on there. All of that is on there. And guess what? Some of those people were at Diddy parties too. They were at Diddy parties too. There is too much underage kids on the list. We're not asking to see no videos. We're not asking to see none of that. We want to see who was involved, and we want the stories, and we want them held accountable for their actions as well. This is just like what I was saying about the Diddy stuff. He's not the only one. Where is everybody else? Why does everybody else keep getting to get away? That's not okay. What you talking about, Swagger? What is you talking about when you talking about what you talking about over there? Talking about, I know I'm ugly. What? Who's bothering you? Is somebody bothering you, Swagger? How is it conspiracy with one person? What you talking about, Mara? Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Stupid is oppressive. I like that name. Swagger Daddy been burnt out since he came. Why does Trump get away and become a president? That's the $1 million question that everybody is trying to figure out because he's a freaking felon. He was on that list too. The other Swagger calling people ugly, so he had to be put in time out. Diddy is the only one charged at this moment. But look, Epstein was the only one charged too, and look at what happened to Ghislaine. So Christina Karam better hold on to her britches because they could come for her next. Who knows? I don't know what the government is doing. All right? And I'm not going to sit up here and I'm not going to act like I know everything because I don't, because I'm sitting here trying to figure it out with y'all. Hey, come to South Africa. God lives here. I wish I could. Mars, stay on topic. I don't know what Mars said. If Trump knew, he should be involved. If Trump should be... Dang, CJ, before it even popped up on my side, you got him. I don't know what King James said, but you better fall back because they are in here. Okay, they are snipping. I hope it's a ruse. I really hope they are acting like it doesn't exist so that people let their guard down. That's the only explanation I would give that makes sense other than what it looks like. I don't even know if that would make it any better because at the end of the day, if you lied to us and told us that there was no list, only to find out that that is a list, that doesn't clear anything up for me. Because what that's going to do is bring more questions and more speculation. Because what's going to happen is people are now going to be saying, well, what did you take off the list? You told us there was no list to come back and show us a list, but who did you take off the list? No, they were saying that it was a client list. And I just really feel like those flight logs are the list. Hey, Mama K. You better realize whatever the story is, somewhere, some are analyzing the impact to such a story to the population and conclude. Right. Don't they have flight logs? Yes. Woo, that's what I showed y'all in the video. In the video, I showed y'all the partial flight log that I have. Matter of fact, this is the flight log that was released before. And I showed y'all this in the video. And I told y'all, on this side, they have the flight log, right here, flight logs, and the address book. Who was in the flight logs? Who was in the address book? I'm doing good. How are you? Jesus never said that, man wrote that. Y'all got Miss Jackie clapping back. Y'all are bad in here tonight. A lot of celebrities have moved overseas coincidentally. Yes, you right about that, Trust. You are right about that. We got to ask Elon who was on the list. Elon gonna tell us. Can somebody see if we could get an interview with Elon, a conversation with Henny with Elon Musk? Because I got questions and I know he got the answers and he's ready to spill. There was big, yeah, there was. Yeah, there was. Not Elon was on the list. Hey, John. Not Elon was on the list. That's a good point. But if they made a bunch of arrests, it would lend credence to it being a ruse. He has a picture with Epstein. Trump is on the list. Okay. Look, and in my other video, I asked this question. So I'm going to ask y'all this question and then we're going to end it for the night. Trump had all them classified documents in his home. And not one time did anybody say that he had classified documents on himself. Now, you mean to tell me you have access to documentation about yourself and you ain't going to go and take that documentation and destroy it? Man, Trump shredded them documents about himself. I don't care what nobody says. He took them documents that disclosed him, that talked about him, that was information about him, and he destroyed those records. You can't tell me he did. He just had those little bit of classified documents and had classified documents in his bathroom. So that means while he was sitting on the toilet, sitting on the throne, he was sitting there reading classified documents. Most people read the paper. They might scroll their phone, read a magazine. Most people keep magazines in their bathroom for when they got to sit on the throne for a little while. He was keeping classified documents in the bathroom. Make it make sense.
I graduate on Tuesday. Also, are you Instagram?
I'm on YouTube Live. Yeah. Well, you guys, that's it. My phone died. And I'm about to end it because it's 11:20 at night. And I have been going all afternoon into the evening. I worked really hard on working on that video. So just know that when I am quiet, I am working, because if I was not working, I would not have been able to bring you the video. So please go watch the video, run it up. The reason I don't think Trump having classified documents was ever an issue is because when the FBI went to his home, instead of taking them, they told him to put an extra padlock. No, they told him to return those documents, and he refused. That's what happened. But you guys, go run up the last video that I did on Epstein, please, and thank you. A lot of y'all come through and y'all watch the lives, and y'all give me great numbers on these live videos when I go vertical live, but I need y'all to run up my horizontal videos and my horizontal lives as well. Like everything on the channel, please run it up, run it up. I promise you won't be disappointed. And for those of y'all who are new to me, you will actually fall in love with the way that I give commentary and see why the Henny Gang is the Henny Gang, and you may become a member of the Henny Gang too. So when y'all rest well, and I will see y'all. Oh, wait. When y'all rest well. And remember that love is always love, you guys. And I love y'all. I will see y'all in the next morning. Good night, everyone.